up. Thank you. Yo. What's up, guys? How's it going? All right, sick. I'm up here from Colorado Springs. It's cool. I believe in science. A lot of people like to kind of bag on Colorado Springs, though, I feel like, and I think that's unfair, man. I've learned a lot since I lived down in Colorado Springs. Mostly stuff about the Constitution on the back of truck windows. It's never the good amendments either, right? It's always the same one. It's never like the 13th Amendment for women's right to vote or, emancipation. It's always the one that protects the guns. But I don't know, it's weird. I've learned a lot about the Second Amendment. That's all I'm trying to say. I live down there with my wife. We're in a non-traditional marriage. We still enjoy each other's company. Yeah. She still finds me attractive even though I swim with a shirt on. Usually choose to make love with a shirt on too. Usually this one. Gets a little awkward though, because women, she'll spend some nice money on lingerie and get all set up, and then I just kind of like shuffle into my Winnie the Pooh outfit. My poor dog's in the corner, like, don't worry, this won't last long. Oh man, no, I love my life. We get along pretty well. We do have, one thing that we argue about. She thinks I don't like children. And this all stems from an incident where she just walked up to a child at a Rockies game and started talking to the child and was like, hey, why don't you talk to children? Do you not like children? And I was like, I don't think you understand that it's not socially acceptable for me to walk up to an unaccompanied minor, start saying things like, how old are you? That's a pretty dress. Dude, I'm not trying to get elected. We do have one son, though. He's Gen Z. I fucking love Gen Z, man. They're awesome. I do feel bad, though. I saw an article that was like, man, Gen Z, they're actually, as a whole, are having way less sex than the generations before them. And I was like, not the ones that went to that island. Yikes. But no, another thing about Gen Z, though, is their trends. One of their trends for a while was just doing completely normal things without bringing their cell phones with them. They called it raw dogging. Back in my day, raw dogging was how you became pro-choice. Another universal fact about raw dogging is that everybody's mother has done it. At least once. Including my own. I feel like my mom was a little bit more of a cat lady, though. I say that not because we own cats, but because she would just leave my brother and I home alone for days at a time with like a couple of cans of tuna and a saucer of milk. But my dad was great. I love my dad. My dad was my superhero. A lot of people like to say that about their dads. My dad really did have a secret identity, though. During the week, he was like a mild-mannered accountant, but on the weekends, he would pop out of the closet covered in glitter, ready to hit pride. Dad liked to eat corn the long way. But no, it was kind of cool having a gay dad. And also, too, like, I think about, like, some people think that being a gay is a choice, right? And you can just, like, turn it on and off. And if that was true, I'd still be allowed to wear sweatpants to yoga class. But no, honestly, though, it wasn't bad having a gay dad. We never had an issue until he was in hospice later in his life. He asked me to do a couple things that I thought were a little awkward. He asked me, the first thing was to delete his porn collection. Yeah, it was awkward. He's like a 65-year-old accountant, so these were like files on a desktop computer, fucking still images of Latin men with like file names like 2008 taxes.butts. The other thing that happened was my dad had VA benefits and they weren't great, so I had to help with a lot of the home health care. And I actually had to give my dad a suppository. And it always gets really quiet when I tell this joke, so I like to act it up a little bit. So here's my dad, right? He's hanging on the edge of the bed for dear life. He's losing his strength. He's at the end of his life. He's fucking, I gotta put this medicine-covered tampon in his ass. And he's just holding there, and I'm like, I'm back here trying to pin the tail on the donkey. Anyways, it was really special. It turned out to be a really special moment for both of us. Because we looked back and we locked eyes, and we both realized that this might be the last time a man lovingly places something in his ass. Oh man, I grew up in Boston. I was born in Colorado, grew up in Boston. I was Catholic. But it's not what you think. I didn't like get molested by a priest or anything. I was actually really jealous of my friends that got molested by priests. At least their first time was with a professional. Like, you know what I mean? They got like wine and little crackers. Dude, I got my fucking Uncle Mike with his rusty mechanic hands molesting me in my fucking mom's childhood bedroom. Yeah, that's a memory I'll live on forever. I'm gonna leave on that note, actually. So, that was my last joke. Up next, up next, he's the host of Scruffy Murphy's Open Mic Downtown. You'll see him everywhere, man. We got Furious George.